Greetings, friends. How are you today? Just going to get this queued up everywhere so we can share in the global community, breathing, joy, energy, love. If you're just tuning in, you can share a little bit about how you're doing today, what's going on in your life. Right. We are live on Facebook. And now we will go on to Instagram. Hello, everyone. Welcome. Who is ready to breathe? Who is ready to connect around the breath in the space of love and life? Hey, Nikki. Hey, Vanessa. Hey, Juan and Lindita. Hi, Ray. Hi, Deb. Leah. Oh, my breathing sister. We're going to breathe today. Caitlin, Deb. Hi, everyone. Ishri in Israel, breathing in Argentina, breathing in Whidbey Island. Hi, Jane. Great. I'm so happy you all are here. It's going to be a special class today because those of you who know me well know that breathing is one of my absolute lifelines, and well, it's all of our lifeline, but it's also a place that can really tap us into our true potential as human beings. I am not saying this lightly. The breath can change your life. When you learn how to use the breath to bring energy into the body, to shift mental states, to move energy in your body, to move energy with other people, to affect situations, bringing calm, bringing energy, bringing peace, bringing clarity. When you learn to share the breath with nature, with the planets, you will start to tap into places in yourself, potential in yourself, states of consciousness. I mean, as broad as this could be, it can be. And for those of you who have used pranayama, which pranayama is the Sanskrit term for the breathing practices, those of you who've used pranayama breathing for a while, you know the power of what I'm talking about. I know some of you are out there who has used pranayama to change their life. I mean, I don't say that lightly either. Actually, pranayama has changed my life. So let's talk just for a moment, and then we're going to go right into the practices. I want today to be really practical. Let's just talk for a moment about the fact that our bodies, if we talk for a minute about what the breath actually is, we can start with just this realization: our bodies, our physical embodiment, it can live after we die. It exists for some amount of time before it decays. However, the breath is actually what gives your body life. In fact, the root of the word prana, which is the word for life force or chi, that word means to activate. So it actually, your breath is what activates this physical form. It's actually what gives your physical form life. It's what gives your physical form an opportunity to live as the fullest expression of yourself, alive, creative, awake, aware, connected. My son and I have been watching a lot of Star Wars. Well, I mean, we've been watching a lot of Star Wars for probably 7 years now. But when they talk about life force, when they talk about how to increase your energy, your prana, they are talking about this energy. And so what we're going to do today is use certain breathing practice to affect that. So oftentimes when people think about breathing practices, they think of them all in one big category. Like these are yogic breathing practices. I can do any of them at any time. But actually, certain breaths have very specific purposes. So the first breath we're going to do today is a very energizing practice. This is the breath that I do the very first thing when I wake up in the morning. It's I'll lie in bed for a minute, I'll just feel what's going on in my body, and then honestly I don't even get up and go to my meditation cushion quite yet. Lately, at least, I've been just doing it in bed. I'll just sit up and I do this first breath, which is called Kapalabhati, although we're going to do an extended version today. We're going to do the whole Kriya, which for those of you, the reason I'm teaching this breath specifically during this time of COVID is that it is very good for cleansing and strengthening the lungs. It's very good for boosting our immunity. It's very good for elevating the body temperature a little bit. So that helps us to burn off any of these little viruses that might want to cohabitate with us for a while. And you will feel it. You'll feel the effect of the breath. It's also really, really good for giving us all the energy we need to do all the things we need to do in life. So I think a lot of us, and I would like put myself in that category, when I realized I was going to be spending, you know, a month, possibly more, probably more, in the home, I thought I was going to have all sorts of extra free time. But when you're homeschooling and cleaning and cooking 3 meals a day and doing all the other things that we have to do, especially if you've got a little one at home or family, and even if not, there's still lots to do. I actually am realizing I need more energy now. I need more. I also have less downtime. So I need more energy. I need more mental clarity. I need more focus. So this first breath is a breath that you can do to really energize your body and mind. So we're going to do that. And then after that breath, we're going to do 2 other breaths that are designed to calm down the nervous system. So these will be breaths that you can do if you're feeling a lot of anxiety, having trouble sleeping at night, or whatever comes up for you. These are breaths that you can really learn to be constructive with them. When you learn to channel the breath, you will start to notice if I'm tired, instead of going for that hit of caffeine or sugar, I can turn to the breath. If I'm wanting to feel connection with myself, with a thought, with an emotion, I can turn to the breath. If I'm wanting to feel connection with another person, I can turn to the breath. And so it becomes this very proactive, collaborative experience. Yesterday, we were talking about relationships. Most people never think about their relationship with their breath, but actually your breath is your connection with life. And yet most people are never taught how to strengthen and infuse that connection with life. When you learn to do this, you'll ask yourself the question, how did I ever function before I did this? I mean, I don't know what I would be like if I didn't understand how to use the breath. So before I dive into the practice, I just want to mention to you all, these are given 100% from my heart to yours. They're given free. I want them to be accessible to everyone. And at the same time, I'm also being honest about the reality that I've had canceled all of my programs for the next 6 months or so. So if anybody is easily able to make any amount of financial offering, there's links in the profile and in the description of the workshop to my PayPal, which is just mollybirkholm@gmail.com, or to my Venmo account. So you are welcome to do that if you can. And I love getting the little $1, $2. Those are just sweet. It's just like, yeah, I appreciate this, and here's an offering. And I've gotten a few really big offerings by several people that are on here, and those are making it really worthwhile too. So whatever level you can share at, please do. And if you can't, that's so fine. If you would, I do believe in energetic exchange though. So if it's meaningful for you, drop me a line and let me know what's meaningful about it, or what's shifted, or how you're using it, or how you shared it with someone else. And of course, a really valuable thing too is to share it with other people. So please do share. Shall we breathe? If at any point in time you have trouble staying present with this, or if it doesn't feel natural for your body, or you feel like you're hyperventilating, please stop. All breaths are not for everyone. This first breath you should not do if you're pregnant. Most other people can do it. If you're asthmatic, sometimes you need to adapt it a little bit. So the Kapalabhati Kriya, Kapalabhati means skull shining. So at the crown of our head is Sahasrara chakra. It's the energy center that is, they call it the 1,000-petal lotus. So when you see those beautiful images of paintings with a little halo above the head, the 1,000-petal lotus is open. And this breath means skull shining. It's actually a practice that opens up, if you want to know the deeper yogic meaning, that opens us up to streaming all of that energy in and through our system. So it's a breath that you can lean into anytime you need to tap into more energy, because really, you're not just limited to the energy you have from food. We can tap into energy from nature, from the planet, from Mother Earth, from the heavens, from each other. We are all co-experiencing energy. So this breath is, I like to think of it as filling up the well. So I do this breath when I need to keep my energy topped off, which, like I said, right now, it's really important to do that. I like to do it first thing in the morning. Sometimes if I get a little energy dip in the afternoon, I'll do the breath then. Likewise, if you want to engage in doing creative practices, like writing or painting, whatever it is that your unique expression is, doing financial equations or statements, whatever your creative outlet is, you can do this breath before, and you'll notice that it connects you with a lot of life. It is a very creative, palpable substance. So as we're doing this breath, I want you to feel you're bringing that Shakti, you're bringing that creative life force into your body. You're activating the body. As I said, prana, the root of it means to activate. So feel this breath actually activating your body. All right, so to start off, we're going to take a few deep breaths. Then when you do the breath, it's a gentle exhalation, but you don't consciously inhale. So it's like this. So you're pushing the air, not with your hand. I'm just putting my hand here so you can see where I'm doing it. If you want, you can do that at first and then let the hand go down. But you're pushing the air out. And we're going to go for about 7 minutes, which is a long time. So you're going to need to find a pace that works for you. Some people like to go faster, more like this. Other people like to go real mellow and slow, so find your vibe. Other people, deep bellows. I've got my special ops guys before they deploy, when they are about to go do a mission or something, they're like, they're really going at it. So athletes too. I always do this before I teach. Every time I teach, I do this breath before, because you don't know it, but I mean, you do know it, but you know, hopefully you're not just hearing my words, you're also receiving infusions of energy. And so if I want extra energy to give, I tap into this breath to get it. So we're also, for the yogis out there, many of you here have been on retreat or in trainings. Willow, Nikki, so many of you have been with me, Pat and Leah, on retreat. So we're going to do the mudras too. So mudra means seal, and we're not going to go way into it today. We could do another class, but I'm going to invite you to do different hand positions. The first one is chin mudra, pointer and thumb down on the knees. This is, let me flip this back a little bit so you can see. Pointer and thumb touching on the knees, palms down for the first round, focusing from the waist down, grounding. Then we tuck the 3 fingers into the palms, still palms down. We're moving into the abdomen, lower back. And then we tuck the thumbs in, wrap 4 fingers around, palms down. We move up into the chest. And then we bring the hands just below the chest like this. We move up into the neck, the head, crown of the head. Then we open our hands, palms up, like this, on the knees. And then we move from here, up, over, out, doing a speedometer up the spinal column. So this brings energy to your whole spine. All right. Any questions? You can type them in. I just noticed that I have a yellow submarine in my picture. I mean, I just love that. Welcome to my world. We are in a Lego house, and also this little invention Santi made. Okay, any questions on this breath before we dive in? I love you too, Mommy. All right, no question about that. So let's get started. I'll guide you through it. Again, if you feel overwhelmed, you can stop at any time. Pointer and thumb touching. Palms down on the knees. We'll take 3 deep breaths and then we'll begin. Inhale deeply into the abdomen, up into the chest, fill up the lungs. Exhale, breathing down through the whole body. Inhale deeply. Exhale. Inhale a comfortable breath and begin. Again, we're focusing from the waist down. Keep breathing. I'm going to talk, but keep breathing. Keep this steady throughout. You don't, unless you need to, don't stop. Again, you're going to focus this breath from the hips down into the legs, the feet, the pelvis. We're bringing energy, activating this part of our body. So of course you're feeling it with the whole body, but you're really focusing the energy on that lower quadrant of the body. Now keep breathing while I'm saying this. Tuck your 3 fingers into the palms, palms still down, focusing now on the abdomen and lower back, all the internal organs. Feel like you're bringing energy to this part of your body. Now tuck your thumbs in, keep breathing, wrap the 4 fingers around the thumbs, palms down on the knees, keep going. Focusing on the chest and upper back, the heart, the lungs. Likewise, while you're breathing, feel like you're sweeping out the lungs. You're getting rid of all the stale air that gets trapped in the lungs, as well as all the stale energy. Keep going. Now you're going to bring the back side of your hands together just below the chest, focusing from the shoulders up through the neck, through the head, breathing up inside the whole inside of the head, the brain, bringing energy, clarity to the brain, sweeping out all those cobwebs, all those negative thoughts, get rid of them, sweep them out with the breath. Your energy is your life force. Again, finding the pace that works for you. Open up the palms. You can either leave the palms wide open or pointer and thumb touching. Chin mudra, just with the palms up now. The energy moves right up the spine, opening up the crown of the head, feeling energy streaming through your whole body, as if your body was connecting heaven and earth. Connect the whole thing with the breath, with your embodiment of this life force streaming in and around you. You're drawing it in. You're activating your body. Breathe it in, everybody. It's like a waterfall, a shower of energy down. Keep going. Now you're going to put your thumbs facing each other, palms down on the knees. You're going to focus on the base of your spine, and as if your spine is like a speedometer, you're going to draw the breath up through the spine, right out the crown of the head. And as the breath moves up the spine, the thumbs, keep breathing by the way, the thumbs just organically start to move up and out. So tapping into that, you'll feel it. You might not feel it the first time, but over time you'll feel it. You are moving the energy up the spine, through the chakras, through the energy centers that run along the spine. We can talk about that another day, but for now, just feel the energetic experience of the breath. Go for it. With each breath, it's like you're tapping those chakras. You're tapping the energy center all the way up the spine, like you're waking it up. And palms open on the knees, either wide open or chin mudra. See what feels right to you. Keep breathing. This is your last chance, whatever, not your last chance, you do it all your life, but breathe in through the whole body, lighting up the entire system with the breath. And then slowing it down. And then feel that. You feel that buzz in the body, that energy, that life force moving in and through you. Even you can take your hand and put it a few inches in front of your heart or your throat. You can actually feel around the body. Yogis say it strengthens your aura too. You put your hand above your head, feeling above the head. And then just closing the eyes for a moment, taking that energy you created to keep breathing deep, long, deep breaths. And if there's a place in your body where you want to direct that energy that we just created with the breath, you can consciously send it there. Each inhale, directing the breath to the places in the body that need that life force, or if there's a person or the whole world, you can direct that energy. Also remembering the microcosm works in the macrocosm, and the macrocosm works in the microcosm. Whatever we do in ourselves, we're also doing in the world. Whatever we do in the world, we're also doing in ourselves. Feel that inner connection. Being so conscious of how we direct our energy. 3 more deep breaths, so fully present that 3 is all you need. Gently open the eyes. Feel that. Are you feeling it? How did that go for everybody? Anybody want to make a comment? Also, if anybody wants, I have the mudras on a PDF. If you want the mudras sent to you, just send me a little messenger and I will send you the PDF that has the mudras on it. And of course, you can always come back to the video. Amazing, amazing, yay. What do you feel? Do you feel the energy? Can you feel the prana, the life force building in your system? Yeah, super powerful. Yeah. So much buzz, yes. So beautiful, Leah. I feel free. Yeah, me too. Love the use of the mudras. Great. Yeah, and feel free to share it out. I want everyone doing this breath. We need to boost up, amp up everybody's energy. Yeah. Yeah, the energy is still buzzing. Yes, get up and dance. So on that note of the get up and dance, on Sunday, my beloved friend AJ, who's a dear beloved member of our Jericho Fellowship community, he is going to be joining me for a global dance party right here at noon. He's a choreographer for Broadway's and music videos. He's outrageously amazing. As great as I can tell you it's going to be. It's going to be. So Sunday at noon here with AJ and I, we're going to be having a dance party, and all of you. Also tomorrow, we're going to be having a special love letter writing session. We're going to write a love letter to ourselves, to someone else in our life, and my precious soul sister Nikki is going to be joining me for that experience. So yes, many creative and good opportunities ahead. I'm so excited for that. Nikki is the master love letter writer. Yeah, I can't wait to dance too, Jane, and I can't wait to dance with you. Yay. So, okay, let's do another breath, shall we? So now you know you've got a breath in your back pocket for getting energy. That's your breath for getting energy. Now we're going to do a couple that you can do when you need to calm it down, because as we know, the pulse that is happening right now, the anxiety levels are really quite high. So we really want to make sure that we're doing, when we see ourselves, when we catch ourselves in that self-awareness that we're cultivating, getting really tuned up mentally, getting into the old, top 10 playlist or the reel of things that I can't stop thinking or worrying about. There are some breaths we can do to really calm it down. This one is so easy, and it is like the most powerful thing that you can do to calm down your mind. You can teach it to anyone. It's safe. To this day, I mean, I'm imagining someone maybe can't do the breath, especially if they're on a respirator or something, but short of that, it's a very safe breath anyone can do. All you're going to do is focus on making your exhale longer than your inhale, but you're also going to do it breathing into the whole body. Okay. So it is a fallacy that we are just breathing into our lungs. We're actually, and I invite you to do it while you're doing this breath. You are breathing into every single cell in your body. And you can actually feel it, the spherical expansion that happens in the whole body on the inhale, and the spherical release that happens on the exhale, like a balloon blowing up and then releasing, blowing up and then releasing. So when you, and this breath is scientifically based, those of you who use heart math or other, like on the iWatches now, they have the heart rate variability monitors, those utilize something, an elongated exhalation. That's what they all share. You don't have to pay hundreds of dollars for the device. You can just make your exhale longer than your inhale. But scientifically, they're finding that when you make the exhale longer than the inhale, it evokes the relaxation response, which triggers the parasympathetic nervous system. Remember, we were talking about how when you kick into the sympathetic nervous system, we get tuned up. In order to trigger the parasympathetic nervous system and relax the body, we can use this breath, but we're going to do it in a creative visualization way here. However, if you're at home or trying to go to sleep, or you have a friend or a family member or a kid who is having trouble sleeping, you can teach them this breath and it will work wonders. All right, so first let's make sure that we're breathing with our whole lungs. So take your right hand and put it on your belly. We're going to forget anything everyone ever told us about sucking our belly in. Have you seen the Buddha? He's got like a nice round belly. We're going to have nice round bellies when we do this. We're not going to suck it in. Okay, and then the right hand is going to go, or sorry, the left hand is going to go on the chest, and you're going to spread out the fingers. So you can even place your right hand kind of down onto the pelvis. Okay, Ray is asking, can you use mudras with this breathing? You can. Let's not do that today, but yeah, there are mudras you can use for this breath. You can always do chin mudra, pointer finger and thumb touching. And in general, a lot of times people, when they meditate, they automatically put their hands up in chin mudra. So why, first of all, why do we do chin mudra? So the pointer finger represents the ego, right? We point at someone to differentiate ourselves from someone else. I didn't mean to point at you other than to say I love you, but when you connect that, you are effectively, they say, you are stopping the ego. But also, I invite you to energetically do it. Sometimes I throw away all the spiritual stuff and just say, does it actually work? Do I actually feel anything different? And I really invite you to try it. It directs your mind inward. It really does, inward and up. Now, a lot of people put their hands up first when they do meditation. What happens when you put your palms up first is that you haven't grounded yet. And so you get this very like disembodied meditation where you're kind of floating up outside of yourself. It's not like, it's a detached meditation. So you'll come out of it and you'll feel spacey and tired. You're just kind of floaty, but not in a real embodied way. We want embodied presence. So when you first meditate, I encourage you to try putting the palms down, chin mudra, but palms down, and ground first. Really feel the body, feel the breath, observe the mind. And when all of this sphere of being you has been felt and seen and heard, just like we were talking about in relationships yesterday, when you've grounded, you can move the hands upwards. And then all of a sudden, you'll notice this little boop, it's like, I swear, it feels like a pop. And then you just pop out into meditation. But instead of the spacey meditation, you get the really grounded, embodied meditation where when you come back, you're lit up, you're alive, you're connected, you're able to listen, you're able to share, you're able to be present with whatever is being asked of you in life. It's a much different experience. The more you meditate, I think you'll really be able to tune into that. So I hope, did that help, Ray? I hope so. But that would be a good mudra to do for this breath. Okay. So let's start out. But if you want to do the mudras, you can if you already know how to do this. But otherwise, let's place the right hand down and even like a little bit below the belly, like kind of down towards the pelvis, so that you can really feel your breathing all the way down into your pelvis, not just your belly. So on the first inhale, breathe in, expand the belly like a balloon, fill it up all the way down into the pelvis, up into the chest, fill up the lungs all the way, like right to the top. We're just going to do 3 full breaths and then we'll do the thing that we're doing. And then exhale. Squeeze out the lungs like you're wringing out a rag. Really squeeze out all the stale air. Inhale deeply. Exhale. One more really deep breath. Again, try to find a single cell in your whole body that's not experiencing this breath. All right, now on this first one, I want you to count how long your inhale is. And then on the exhale, add a couple of seconds, whatever feels natural for you. 2, 4, 6. If you want, you can even double it if that's possible. So inhale deeply. And then exhale and count the breath. Now to slow down the breath, you have to make it more mellow, more gentle. Okay, inhale again, count your inhale. It's okay, we can all be at different rates, it's fine. And then on the exhale, make it longer by whatever amount feels natural, but really squeeze out the lungs. Keep elongating that exhale. Make it longer than the inhale by any amount. Feeling the breath with the whole body. Inhale, spherically, feel like you're breathing out, like you're blowing up that balloon spherically, or one of those expanding toys. Expands out, breathe out into the space around you. And as you exhale, coming right back into the center of the body, right back into the heart center. Each inhale, a chance to breathe in whatever it is you need. Each exhale, a chance to release. 'When we count the breath, it gives the mind something to focus on so it doesn't wander all over the place. It's like a little perch that you can rest your mind on. So keep following the breath, keep counting it, seeing if you can get up to doubling the exhale over the count of the inhale. Three more really full, conscious, present breaths. Now I invite you to slowly just observe the effect of the practice, that energy we created with the Kapalabhati Kriya. You'll notice the energy is still there, hopefully. But what you'll notice is it's become very steady, very balanced. Instead of being that rajasic, wild energy, it's found a nice sattvic, calm, pure tempo. Okay, so now our minds are ready to meditate. So we're going to do about a 15-minute yoga nidra, guided meditation, so you can ooze your way down to lie down. Vanessa asked, do you hold your breath between the inhale and exhale? The answer to that is there's some versions you can do that. I like to think of it like I'm riding on a Ferris wheel, and on the inhale, you're getting up to the top of that Ferris wheel, and then there's that moment of transition where inhale becomes exhale. And then as you breathe down the back of the spine, actually we'll do that right as we go into the Yoga Nidra. You notice that moment of transition at the base of the spine where exhale becomes inhale. And in that space, there becomes a really natural, I don't want to say it's a retention, it's like your whole system just pauses. Now, for those of you who are meditators, that pause will eventually start to pull you out into meditation. I've noticed over the years of doing this breath before meditation that in that stillness and that space between, that's when I'll just like drop into that deeper meditative, real embodied sense of awareness, presence. So there are some reasons why we consciously retain the breath. We're not doing that today just because it's kind of starter, but also sometimes holding the breath can cause anxiety for people. And right now I really want to focus on giving people energy and calm, clarity. So we're not consciously holding it, but I will say become really curious about that pause. There is a magic portal out in the pause between the breath. And I tend to find in my own meditation practice, it happens more on the top of the breath when inhale becomes exhale. Okay, does that answer your question, Vanessa? Maybe, hopefully. Okay. All right, so now we're going to do a Yoga Nidra. We're going to do a Yoga Nidra that focuses on the Pranamaya Kosha, which is the energy sheath, the veil that is responsible for giving life force to our body. So keep in mind as we go into this, the breath reflects the mind and the mind reflects the breath. If you want to calm down the mind, you can go in through the breath. So let's do that now. So getting cozy, you can again lie down or sit up, whatever feels natural to you. And again, feeling that plane of contact between your body and the surface beneath you. Really feeling like your body is being held. Like there's nothing to do, no one you need to be. Tuning in for a moment to that symphony of experience present and being in your body and in your mind. If you were to just observe only this moment of what's here, what is present? Notice if there's something that's kind of gripping you in this moment, something that's calling out for attention. If it's helpful, you can tune into the heart and notice if there's an intention present for your practice. How do you want to feel when the practice is over? Maybe a prayer for yourself or someone else. Affirming your deep, heartfelt desire, whatever it is. What is it you want most in life? Feel into that question. Allow the answer to organically arise. What wants to take life through you and the way only you can do it? What is drawing you forth into this life? Send out your intention, feeling how it holds you, guides you, directs you. And now, bring your attention to the physical body. Begin by focusing on the head and breathing in long, deep breaths, feeling the experience of the breath in the head. As you inhale and exhale, feel the sensation of how the breath affects the head. Breathing into the neck now, feeling the difference between inhalation and exhalation. Feeling the physical sensation of the breath in the neck. Feeling down into the torso, the arms and hands. Feeling the expansion of the body on the inhale. Expansion and then the release of the body on the exhale. Feel the breath for the moment in the palms of the hands. Feel the breath down in the pelvis and the hips. Feel that breath in the whole torso expanding on the inhale. Whole torso releasing on the exhale. Take a few breaths like this. Feel the breath in the legs. Now feel the whole body breathing, feeling the spherical expansion of the body on the inhale. Feeling the release on the exhale. Now focusing on the base of the spine, picturing a long, narrow Ferris wheel that runs from the base of the spine up the front side of the body, right to the crown of the head, and then goes down the back side of the body, right to the tailbone. Feel like you're riding this Ferris wheel up the front side of your body on each inhale. Noticing that moment of transition at the top where inhale becomes exhale, and then exhaling down the back side of your spine right to the tip of the tailbone. Noticing that moment of transition at the base of the spine where exhale becomes inhale, and then riding that wave of the breath up to the crown of the head. So keep picturing this long, narrow Ferris wheel. Moving up and down the spine with the breath. Feeling the breath with your entire body. Becoming really absorbed in those moments of transition where inhale becomes exhale, exhale becomes inhale. Feeling the transition with your entire body. Observe the feeling of the body and mind, feeling back into the stillness of the part of you that's observing this experience. Observe if there are any emotions present. Maybe a belief or a thought. And once you identify a feeling, an emotion, thought, observe where you feel it in your body. Take some really conscious moments to observe the sensation of this emotion or thought or memory in your body. See if you can make some space around that feeling and let your body melt into that space a little bit. You can do that a couple of times, making space around the felt sense of that emotion in your body, and then melting into that space. Feeling as if the breath is love, the deepest life force, the deepest nourishment. Consciously breathe into this place, giving whatever love that place in your body needs, or that emotion needs, that old thought, belief. Feel like you're caring for it. You're feeding it the most nourishing, healing elixir. Because you are. You're feeding it life force. Each breath, breathing into the body so consciously, with such thoughtfulness, loving in the way your body and mind need love, giving yourself the love you need. Several more really conscious breaths like this. How present can you be? How fully can you let yourself receive this medicine? Bringing your attention to your heart, listening to the heart for a moment. What does your heart need in this moment? Breathe it in consciously, breathing in whatever your heart needs in this moment. Listen for the answer. It wants to be heard. Notice if the mind tries to creep into this experience, drop back from the mind. Stay in the felt sense of being. Breathing into your heart, whatever nourishment, whatever love, whatever connection, whatever inspiration you need, whatever compassion, whatever forgiveness, breathe it in. I mean, we can give to others what we've learned to give to ourselves. Set yourself free. Feeling now a deep sense of love in the heart that expands out from the heart like the sun and shines out through every cell of your body. Feel that love healing and nurturing you on the deepest levels. Feel that love extending out into your home, embracing everyone in your home, all the people in your family that you love, whether they're here or somewhere else, your friends, your chosen family, your colleagues, your community. Keep expanding that web of love out. Country, the earth, as far as the mind and the felt experience can reach. Love encountering love. Feeling how deeply connected we all are right now to what it is we love most. Feel that openness of the heart. Let the love flow freely. And let it draw you back deeper and deeper into stillness. Feeling how love delivers you into your true nature, and like the sweetest embrace, the sweetest hug. Know that consciousness, presence is always here. It's always been here. holding us, loving us just as we are, welcoming us home to the place we never left. We just forgot it was there. Remembering the deepest part of ourselves, connection with our true selves. Embodied presence, embodied love. Rest here in this feeling of being so fully welcomed, alive with the breath, alive with presence, at home in yourself. Thank you.